whilst we were together, I did something actually criminally, like really fucking bad. We were like in bed with each other. I took like photos of us, you know, not of us, of her, sorry. And that's something that she was very, very like adamantly not okay with, you know. It wasn't like with her consent or anything, you know. I didn't realize how bad of a thing I'd done until after I'd done it. Last year now, I cheated on Arii.
SchrodingerLee came out on stream yesterday admitting to filming his now ex-girlfriend, Arii, during sex without her consent. He also admitted to cheating on Arii last year and that he was granted a second chance before doing this sex crime. That's right. SchrodingerLee himself has admitted to committing a crime live on stream. The VOD has since been deleted, but you can find a Reddit post with a clip of this confession still up on livestream fails. Link in the description to watch for yourself. Since this confession has come out, Arii has very recently gone live to address the situation, in which she clarified the following facts. Arii asked Lee to publicly admit on stream his wrongdoings, otherwise she would drop a multiple-page long Google Doc detailing the sex crime and other disgusting and horrendous things Lee has done.
And I'm gonna say that the reason why he came out with that information on his stream yesterday is because I told him that it was either gonna be me or it was gonna be him. And yes, it is true that I had a Google Doc with evidence and the stuff that has happened. I wrote that document. I've not shared it. I've written that document a day after he was caught doing the act.
So let's be clear on something. Lee did not come out and do this of his own volition. Arii has been exceedingly nice in allowing Lee the opportunity to get ahead of the news, which would otherwise certainly be more damaging. Arii has a past of dealing with revenge porn from a past ex and called the police when she found out, going through his phone upon having suspicions.
That was also the day I called the police, because I have past trauma with revenge porn. It took me a while to heal from it. So my first instinct was to call the police. Okay. How did she find out he did that? I will not be answering that question, but I will say I had my suspicions, so I went through his phone and that's how I found it.
Lee has compensated Arii 20,000 Australian dollars for her appearances in his streams and being clip farm / having content made of her by virtue of being his GF. They were supposed to move out together and were searching for apartment very recently. No longer able to find a place with someone else on short notice, her current lease ends in Jan. Lost opportunities from focusing on relationship.
The day we broke up, I asked him to compensate me $20,000 because he has profited off our relationship, with my consent, of course. But I've had multiple conversations with him after a couple months that, I'm not really comfortable getting clip farmed and shit. I try to upload me less. A bunch of his shorts and shit of me, and I was okay with it for a long time because I got good exposure from it. My Twitch grew, but at some point I started realizing for me it wasn't good for our relationship. I've expressed my discomfort for being I guess clip farmed. We were meant to move in together at the end of this year. Obviously rent in Sydney and stuff is super expensive. We were supposed to move in together so we can save each other the cost of renting and shit. And he was doing that to help me. He didn't have to move out of his current home, but he wanted to move out with me because it's a step forward in our relationship, and he wanted to help me out. Right now the lease in my current place is ending and I'm supposed to move to a new place by January, and that's what we were going to do together. And also the reason why I wanted him to compensate me was also because not only am I no longer able to I guess find a place by myself or with someone else, also because I felt as if there was a lot of opportunities that are not related to Twitch that I've missed out on because I was so absorbed into this relationship. And that's not his fault. That is entirely not his fault. I should have I should have locked in and not neglected other parts of my life just to focus on this relationship. I should have known better. I should have done better, and it's not his fault at all. I want to clarify that. And that's why I asked him to compensate me, and
acknowledges that this request to be compensated can be seen as blackmail or a threat, but they have worked things out so this became a mutual agreement.
I do agree that me saying you should compensate me is a threat, because it's if you don't pay me, I'm gonna ruin your career, and I can understand how that was perceived, but after we talked a couple days after the incident, And after I read the document, we talked it out in private. So we came to an agreement that he would compensate me.
When asked if she was going to quit Twitch, this was what she had to say.
I don't think I want to quit anytime soon. And also, I considered, like, you know, not saying anything about what happened between Lee and I. By thinking, oh, maybe I can just quit streaming and, like, you know, I can live a different life. But I thought about it and I came to the conclusion that, you know, like, my streaming journey has been a really big part of, like, my life. And I don't think it's right for me to just leave it.
Okay, commentary time. Arii has been far too nice in dealing with Lee, who by all definitions has abused her during the relationship. I truly respect the strength and courage it must take to speak out on such a gross violation of her boundaries and trust, especially on the internet. If Lee is watching this video, why don't you actually come out and say exactly everything horrible you did to Arii?
I'm gonna get jumped because of you, cunt. I'm gonna get jumped at Town Hall Station because I didn't shave my head, I didn't gain some weight, I didn't like change my nationality because I'm gonna get jumped.
The stream from Arii has alluded to the fact that the sex crime and cheating was just the tip of the iceberg. How about you come out and say everything you did to Arii? Considering how much you make from content creation, 20k Australian is nothing. SchrodingerLee is a scumbag. Come out and say the truth.
Why are you here?
Because I'm suspicious.
Surprise, motherfucker.
If I start, make myself turn to the